Just got back from Top Gun Maverick. I know you probably saw it already. I'm not that timely with this, but I'm going to get into this as the best I can for you. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I know I should have had faith in Tom Cruise, the savior of the cinema, but can he really redeem all movie theaters when he can only make a movie so fast? When the stuff that is more lucrative is garbage, that has some kind of agenda, and this doesn't, and it makes you proud to be an American, where you feel like you are in the F-18 with Maverick and Hangman and Phoenix and the crew, and it gets the job done. I watched the original movie not long ago, and it is pretty jarring knowing when they're not really in a cockpit and how they have the actual flight guys in this. In this movie, at the end, Tom Cruise must be like some honorary Top Gun. It says Top Gun 001 Tom Cruise as an instructor or somebody with the Top Gun flight school. But this is a guy who delivers, and he even tells you up front in front of the movie, hey, we made sure we used real planes. The digital effects in this are fairly seamless to the novice, and the story, it's almost this weird perfect blend of almost too many Easter eggs. The hot chick he likes had a Porsche in the first movie. Well, new girl Jennifer Connelly has a Porsche too. Is she the Admiral's daughter that they mentioned in passing in a bar? Let's sing Great Balls of Fire. Let's do beach football with no real rules other than Monica Barbaro gets to look really damn hot. And I've had my eye on her since Breaking Up Together, a sitcom on ABC. But the story is just enough original to feel like a sequel and not some kind of weird reboot passing of the torch. We didn't have to kill off everybody. I was really scared. I was like, oh no, we're going to kill Mav, but no, Iceman kind of gets it. And yeah, there will be some spoilers here. Essentially, Pete Maverick Mitchell is a captain still. Though that strikes me as kind of impossible. I don't think they're really going to allow this guy encroaching on 60. They say he's more than 30 years. It's more like 40 years. He's probably been in the Navy 40 years at this point. Let's not make him seem younger than he actually is here. He's testing this Dark Star program. He has to go Mach 10, goes a little over. But his man, Iceman, you can be my wingman anytime. He bails him out and gets him back in the air because he was grounded for breaking some rules. He has to go teach Top Gun, but it's sort of a supplementary course. They already got the Top Gun graduates there, and they have to go on basically a suicide mission. The Navy's like, just make sure that you get it done. Oh, and if you come back, that's a bonus. You got to go in with two teams. You hit this bunker where they have WMDs, and then you make like a 10G climb. And then you have to deal with the SAMs, the surface-to-air missiles, and there might even be some bandits out there. Hell, there might even be a Hind-D that shows up. F-14s, you name it. And he gets them rather prepared as best he can, while also being Tom Cruise. You get to see him run in this movie. Tom Cruise has to go bail him out, show them that this can be done, because John Hamm is a dick. And we knew that ahead of time, didn't we? But yeah, the youngins, I felt relieved that we didn't get Monica Barbaro. I'm going to show them what a woman can do. You know, like Captain Marvel. Yeah, girls do it better than boys. Girls get it on, like they say on The Boys, right? There wasn't none of that. There wasn't, oh, hey, do we really want a Hispanic guy? None of that shit. This was rather professional. Professional in the way that you want Star Trek to be right now, but it isn't, because it's just too lax. They get everything accomplished in this movie just looks so authentic compared to what I'm used to. You're going to be kind of flabbergasted by it. It's going to be a little overwhelming. Be like, man, they actually flew shit? What? They didn't blow shit up necessarily. You know that some stuff's coming into this. When Maverick gets pulled into the mission, because he's the one who shows them that this doesn't have to be a suicide mission, that this can be done, I'm kind of thinking, oh man, Maverick's gonna do some shit to save Goose's boy Rooster, who was not too obnoxious, though of course he has to have a mustache because Daddy had a mustache. He has to dress like Dad also, even though he didn't probably remember Dad dressing that way, if we're being completely honest with this. And hell, he tried to keep him out of the air because Meg Ryan said so, and we killed her off screen. There's not that many returning faces. And it still feels like its own movie in a lot of ways. I'm kind of relieved by that. There's some maneuvers pulled in this that look really amazing. I'm not really sure why the enemy planes are referred to as 5th generation. What does that specifically mean? F-18 should be able to handle all this. So you couldn't use the Joint Strike Fighter 35. You can't use the F-22 because that's air-to-air. I kind of understand that, but you did have the Tomahawk missiles. Mark up the runway, take out the enemy aircraft as best they could. Could we not do something to hit this bunker with this instead of putting our boys on a suicide mission, especially with our best pilots? The best ones of all of them there's only one of them who actually has a confirmed kill. That's kind of remarkable. But if you look at the analogy between this movie and the previous one, Rooster is not necessarily anybody. He's sort of Goose, okay? Especially as he does end up getting saved and have to ride behind Maverick on the way out. That is true. But Hangman is really Maverick. He's the cocky one. He's the one who can actually do stuff, but he doesn't get pulled up. He's sitting on the bench and has to come in and kind of save the day too. That's who he is. So yeah, you're thinking that he's Iceman because, he's the enemy, but that's not necessarily the case. And Maverick in this is Charlie. He's at the bar. They give him trouble, not realizing that he's going to be the boss, bossing him around at flight training, right? So Maverick sees the end on the horizon and he gets shit done, but you don't feel bad about it. I was worried that you would end up feeling kind of sad towards the end of this film, that you wouldn't leave on a high note. But I was mistaken. I should have had faith in Tom Cruise and director Joseph Kosinski. I might have said that wrong. I was in on, by the way, they did Oblivion together. I like that movie more than most people, but I was in on Tron Legacy. Week 1, opening week, I had a review out praising it before anybody else did, and now retroactively, because Red Letter Media did a review on it where they get to, that's what these asshats love to do. Oh, let's see how the internet reacts to something, and then we can ride the bandwagon. No, I'm ahead, okay? I created the bandwagon, okay? I got the chisel out, all right? I pulled the canvas over the schooner. That's the shit I did. Oh, but do I get anything but arrows around here? Shit, most of my comments say dead channel. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick, really enjoyed this. I give it, oh man, caught up in the moment here, 3.5 out of 4 stars.
You just watched a video from my son. He's about 40 and lives in my basement, ladies. So subscribe her and notify the bell for ringing.
Okay, I said what you wanted me to say. Now do the goddamn dishes.